Hey yo everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to talk about one of the most iconic movies of all time. I present to you Titanic. Let's get into it. So because James Cameron brought Titanic back in theaters a few days ago in 4K and 3D, I thought it would make a great video to talk about. Because I went to see it a few evenings ago and I really thought it was an amazing experience. Now, be sure to learn a lot of things. Between what I knew and what I didn't know, I present to you the movie Titanic. The film was a critical and commercial success, winning 11 Academy Awards, or 11 Oscars. That included Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Original Score, and grossing over $2 billion worldwide, which made it the biggest movie of all time at the time, in 1997 when it was released. What I didn't know started with this anecdote. We're starting with a simple anecdote that when Kate Winslet, she was so committed to her role of Rose in Titanic that she nearly drowned on the set of the movie. Kate's heavy coat got caught in a gate at the bottom of the pool they used to do every scene with water. But fortunately for her, the safety divers got on time to rescue her, of course. But this one seems a very predictable anecdote compared to these next ones. James Cameron, the director of this movie, so the director of Titanic, got the idea in 1994 and it nearly wasn't gonna be a project because the Fox didn't want to finance this sort of movie. But when he was got on a green light for this project, he wanted to be so specific about everything in the movie. So he even made sure that the ice cubes were historically accurate. The ice cubes that were used in the movie were made using water from the Atlantic Ocean. And they were frozen in molds that were the same size as the ones used in 1912 in the real Titanic. That's quite a specific one. It's considered one of the most iconic moments of the movie. DiCaprio actually improvised it. But did you know that that scene nearly wasn't included in the movie? Such a shame, isn't it? Jack and Rose simply just hold hands at the front of the ship. He wasn't actually supposed to say anything. But DiCaprio decided to improvise and it ended up making the final cut in the movie. Picking another actor would have made a way more different movie. Because there were a lot of actors that would actually consider to make a movie. Matthew McConaughey, for example, Johnny Depp as well. I've seen all these actors that would actually consider for the movie, and it's so incredible to tell yourself that it could have been such a different movie. I learned a thing that quite astonished me actually, but I think that it's one of the greatest anecdotes because it's kind of touching. There was one of the extras in the movie which was named Milvina Dean, and she was actually a real-life survivor of the 1912 disaster. She actually survived. She was a baby at the time. She was just a few months old when the ship sank when her family was trying to emigrate to America. She passed away in 2009 at the age of 97, and she was the last surviving person that was on the Titanic in 1912. If we talk about a more money-based fact, the movie's budget was higher than the actual cost of the Titanic itself. The movie budget was $200 million. The actual Titanic cost $7.5 million in 1912, which today corresponds to approximately $170 million. Always interesting to learn things like this about movies, and what I want to do with this channel is be able to just talk about anecdotes like these on movies we don't really know. If we look at another anecdote, you may know that a replica of the Titanic was built for the movie, but it was so... James Cameron wanted it so precise that he actually brought props from the real Titanic onto the set of the film. I found in the last anecdote, it's maybe a tragic one, but I think it's interesting to see what's actually true in the movie, because Jack and Rose didn't actually exist. Maybe they were inspired by real people, we don't actually know, but James Cameron always said he didn't inspire himself by anyone on board, even though there was a Jack Dawson on the Titanic at that time, which was kind of a weird situation. But the last anecdote was one of the most touching scenes, I think, in my opinion, the old couple in the bed. But what I wanted to talk to you about was the band, the actual band that played and actually died on that Titanic that night. They really played till the end. And according to reports of people who were there and were saved, they played Nearer, My God, to Thee as the boat sank. And there you have it. These were some fun or tragic or interesting facts about Titanic. I think these were the most interesting in my opinion, so I'm here to condense everything and share it to you guys. It was great to do this video. It's maybe like a little testing video to see how everything is working, and I love just to create this content. So as always, thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. I'm sure you will. Bye bye.